Hey Dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and today we're going to be talking about a few things, including what I have accomplished or not accomplished in 2023, as well as what my plans are for 2024 and how I've spent the past few months thinking about them and changing my mind multiple times. So let's go ahead and get this video started. So it's the end of 2023. It's time for reflections. My Kanban board behind me is empty because I have taken down everything from this year, and I am getting ready to prepare myself to put up stuff for 2024 and get started in the new year, but I haven't quite gotten to that around that yet because other things have taken priority. As I'm filming this, it's actually Christmas Eve because while I had told everyone in my streaming stuff I plan on taking December off so I can film, edit, and upload videos for 2024, I haven't done it. So let's talk about what my goals were for 2023 and what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish. So first off, I never really did a lot of goals videos. I had every intention of doing goals videos for 2023. My plan was to do a monthly Coco chat where I talked about what my goals were, where I stood with them, and I think I filmed one in January where I talked about my goals. And I mentioned the fact that I didn't really want to do yearly goals. I wanted to do quarterly goals. I had some plans in mind for the year, but they were kind of flexible. And my goal was to kind of just focus on each quarter as an individual. So I don't really know exactly what my 2023 goals as a whole were, but I'm going to go over the points I talked about in that video, which I will have linked below if you're interested in watching it, and kind of talked about what I did and did not accomplish and why, if I didn't. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm going to be looking at my computer screen where I have everything typed up and written out, and that's just how it's going to go, and I'm sorry. So I had sections for my goals and what I wanted to work on, what I wanted to accomplish, and the first of them was like school and work. At the beginning of 2023, I was kind of miserable in the job I was working and looking at switching. That seemed to be a theme around the December timeframe, December-January timeframe actually, because even the year before I was in a job I didn't really like. In that particular case, I was overworked and had no support from the company I was working for at the time. I was working for a contract company, and then I switched to a new job in, I think 2022, I switched to being the activities director. I think I have my timeline right. Not positive about that, so don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty certain that it was in 2022 that I became activities director at a care center. But at the beginning of 2023, yes, it was 2022 because I wasn't an activities director for a full year and I was looking at switching. So in 2023, I was still activities director at the very beginning. I switched around April timeframe, March-April timeframe, something like that. It was just before my 1-year anniversary with working as activities director. But I switched with the full intention that I was doing schooling. My goal was to finish up my schooling classes, get some certificates, and then find a remote work from home job. None of which happened. I did, in fact, complete my data analysis certification for the particular class I was taking at the beginning of last year. However, I did not end up looking for a new job. I am pretty settled in the job I am currently in. I switched from activities director to housekeeping, where I clean the care center, the hospital, and do laundry. It is one of those jobs where it is physically demanding, but it's not as mentally demanding, and that gave me the opportunity to continue doing my schoolwork, but also to come home and actually have mental energy to write, as well as do all the things that I was doing with my kids. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to have that with a remote job. First off, I'm going to be spending all my time in the computer doing the remote job, and I won't want to be in front of the computer to write. So I was like, nope, we're just going to continue with this job for right now, and we'll see where it leads. I am still continuing schooling. I'm getting other certifications in various subjects, and that is going well so far. But as far as like my main goal to find another job that was preferably a remote one to work from home, didn't happen. In writing and publishing, which was my next main goal, I wanted to complete the client story that I was working on at the beginning of the year. Did not complete it. I have written and rewritten that multiple times, still am unsatisfied with it, and I ended up actually DNFing the project and informing the client that I will not be completing it, which was always in our contract. From the get-go, I was like, if I ever get to the point where I cannot complete this project because of the specifics of what we're supposed to be in it, I'm like, I will DNF it. And I finally did. I think it was like October, September timeframe where I was like, nope, this is just not fucking working. And I just stopped and I informed them that it was not going to happen. The other thing I did was make a commitment not to take on any new clients for anything other than formatting, because formatting for me is real quick work. It takes me a couple hours depending on the project. Sometimes it takes me up to 24 hours to complete it. Just depends on how heavy the project is and what exactly they want done with it. Sometimes it takes longer, but most of the times they're real quick and easy jobs I can get done real quick. And that's why I continue taking on formatting clients. I didn't get many this year, but I also wasn't heavily advocating that I was taking formatting clients. So it's fine. One of the other things I wanted to do is I wanted to edit Damned and Deadly, the third book in the Damned and Dangerous Quartet, which did not happen. I did complete a rewrite either early this year or late last year. And this year, as I was reading back over it and kind of reading my outline from book 4, I realized that I included some scenes in book 3 that were actually supposed to happen in book 4. So it needs another rewrite where I actually take out those scenes. So, did not complete that because I got other things that was going on. And on top of that, I wanted to write Damned and Demonic, which is the 4th book, and that did not happen because I never finished book 3. And I want to finish book 3 before I do book 4 because I keep changing stuff. Along with those same lines, I wanted to revamp and republish the Damned and Dangerous Quartet, and I scrapped this idea completely. I've got the covers for all 4 books right now, and since they are bought, paid for, and completed, I want to go ahead and publish them with those covers, let them be released for about a year, maybe 2, and then re-release them. They'll have a new series name, which I've already chosen, which was one of my other goals. I wanted to choose a new series name. I have chosen that. So when I am ready to re-release and revamp the books, they will be under a new series name with new covers, new cover art, and all that fun jazz. I wanted to do more 10K days, and I did accomplish that. I wanted to promote the 7-day book challenge. We completed a couple of those challenges this year. I wanted to participate in the 7-day book challenge. Not only did I participate in the 7-day book challenge, I hosted one in September, I think, and I have plans to hopefully continue that in 2024, which we'll get into later. For my last goal, which was reading, I wanted to read 50 books, and I have well exceeded that. I didn't have numbers in here. Let me get those real quick before I continue this video. So as of this recording, I have read 109 books, 64 of which have been audiobooks that I've listened to at work, 8 were physical books that I held in my hand, turned pages of, 56 were ebooks. Of those, 108 were fiction reads, while 11 were nonfiction reads, and I have 5 DNFs. There are several that I'm still currently reading, which will be added to this and change my numbers up some. What I will probably do is post to my Instagram my final numbers at the end of 2023 when all is said and done. So that is where I currently stand as of filming this, though. One of the things I wanted to do was One of the things I wanted to do was to participate in the A to Z reading challenge. I forgot that I said I was going to do this and haven't even looked at it since, and I have no idea what I read that would qualify under the different letters. It would be really simple for me to look it up and see, but I don't want to look through 109 books and see what I read for each letter of the alphabet. I just don't. The other thing was that I wanted to do the 12 books from 12 friends. I posted on Instagram at the very beginning of the year, or maybe even late 2022, Said I was going to do it, got a couple suggestions, but I didn't get 12 total. And then I never went back as I had intended to and asked for more recommendations. So did not accomplish that either. So all in all, I didn't do great this year as far as my goals were. I accomplished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 goals. So I had 13 goals total and I accomplished 6 of them. So it's about half of them, but considering the fact that I usually end up doing somewhere between 3/4 to all of my goals as far as like yearly goals go, a little disappointing in a lot of ways, but at least I had clear reasons for why I didn't accomplish what I did. I am notorious for making goals and then never looking at them again, so I actually am pretty proud of what I accomplished, and at least I have clear, concise reasons why I didn't accomplish what I wanted to. That being said, let's get into what I want to do for 2024. Before I get into my 2024 goals, I want to mention that usually I have a list I call Achievement Unlocked, where these are things that have happened in my life, whether in my personal life, my writing career, my work, that are unrelated to my goals that I set. These are things that happened. Like this year, I was invited to join in. I had the opportunity to join an anthology, and I completed that. And that was never on my list of goals. Like, it wasn't something I thought about at the beginning of the year. That being said, usually I keep that list going all year round, and I did not this year. I don't have any record. I probably did keep a list somewhere, but I can't find it. So I don't know what else I have done that I have accomplished that are not part of my goals. I know I have done stuff, but I don't have a physical list that I can look at and see. So, just note, there are things that I did accomplish that were not originally part of my goals, that did happen, but I don't have record of them, and that's okay. Let's get into 2024 goals, because I almost shot myself in the foot with these. I have been planning 2024 goals since the beginning of September, sometime in September, I started planning my goals for 2024. And I felt so good about them. I was sending these lists to my friends going, look what I plan on doing in 2024. However, they weren't really attainable goals. And what I mean by that is I do tend to put more goals on myself than I know I can accomplish. I am one of those people that I don't want to make a short list because I will accomplish that list and then I'll be like, okay, what now? I would rather not accomplish everything and still have a somewhat idea of what I want to do the following year than to completely complete my list and be like, okay, what now? Because then my brain's going to shut down and I'll be like, I don't know what to do. I guess that's it. I finished for the year kind of thing. And I didn't want that to happen. So I planned to the T everything I wanted to accomplish in 2024. However, that didn't leave me any wiggle room for any new projects that may pop up, such as the things I have accomplished this year that weren't originally planned, like the anthology that I was invited to. So I had to, and this epiphany only occurred to me like 2 weeks ago. So I have since had to rethink what I had planned to do in 2024. And one of the things that I remembered was that I have been really into doing the HB90 method lately. And one of the things that Sarah Cannon from Heart Breathings does with her HB90 method is she breaks things down, goals, into good, better, and best. So what I told myself was that all of these things I planned originally were going to be my best column. And I needed to pare them down and have less things for better and even less things for good. So that is what I've done the past couple weeks since I had that epiphany. I have pared my list down a lot. Not gonna lie, it's still fairly impressive, but it does leave wiggle room for new projects that crop up, new opportunities that crop up, anytime I get sick, anything that may happen. And I've been looking at these new lists going, okay, these are achievable. So let's get into that. And I'm going to start with my good list, and then I'll go into my better list, and I'll go into my best list. And there's going to be a lot of repeats, and I apologize for that, because what I basically did was I just added on to each of the sections and columns and kind of increased them. But this is going to get lengthy because of the fact. So in each of these columns, I have several sections, just like with my 2023. I have writing and publishing, I have social media, I have reading, I have family and, let's see, hold on, I'm confusing myself already. That's not unusual. I have writing and publishing, social media, reading, family and friends, and school and work. So going into that and starting out, we've got writing and publishing. Under my good category, for writing and publishing, I have published 3 books, and I have those 3 books chosen. I want Damned and Deadly, the 3rd book in the Damned and Dangerous Quartet. I want Puck's Choice, which the reason for that one is because 2024 will be the 10-year anniversary of its original publication date. It will be republished. It was originally published with a small press that has since closed its doors, and it's been unpublished since then. It has gone through professional editing. It's gone through a bunch of different things. It literally is just waiting for me to press the button, and I have decided that I am going to do that in 2024 on its original publication date, which was December 3rd. So I have a full year to get it ready, plus any other books that I want in that series ready. More on that later. Because it's going to happen. Like, if nothing else happens, that is going to happen. That is my main goal, is that book. Because I want it published on its 10-year anniversary. I don't know. And then the 3rd book was the Untitled Writing Prompt book that I started in September of this year. And I wanted to finish it up and get it published by September of 2024. So, published 3 books under writing and publishing. The other thing is I wanted to write 4 short stories. That is, they are related to the anthologies I've mentioned. In 2021, I did an anthology that was for a short exclusive run that has since ended. That story is no longer available. And then the anthology that I did this year, I got the idea to write 2 more stories. So 2 stories out for each of those series that kind of coincide with them. And that is Monster's Secret and Monster's Punishment, which are both sequels to the one I started this year. We have actually already met the monsters that are involved. If you have read my short story, Monster's Treasure, which is in the anthology To Love a Monster, that came out this year. Again, exclusive run that's going to be published until, I think, August, September of 2024. So after that, it'll be unavailable too. So I want to write the next 2 short stories for that series. And then the one I published in 2021 that's no longer available, Presumed Dead, I wanted to write about the other 2 sisters of the main character of that story. And so that's going to be Presumed Dead 2, no title yet, and Presumed Dead 3, again, no title yet. The other thing I wanted to do was a writing challenge. I wanted to do the 7-day book challenge. I've already got the dates picked out for all 3 challenges. Yep, 3. I wanted to do 1 each quarter, the 3rd week of the 3rd month of every quarter for the first 3 quarters. Not going to be doing it the last quarter of 2024 because that quarter for me is going to be pared down a lot with nothing because it's preparing me for 2025. Plus, I got a lot of publications coming out, and I want that time to be ready for that. If I get there, that goes into my other goals, my better, best goals, but not the point. So in March, June, and September will be the 7-day book challenge. Already got the dates picked out, already got them set. We're good to go there. So writing and publishing, that's the things I wanted to accomplish under the good category. Social media, I want to publish to Instagram weekly. I want to publish videos bi-weekly, and I want to use the community tab to announce videos and challenges more. I want to get better about posting to my community tab and doing polls and doing questions and just interacting with my audience here outside of videos. Under reading, I am doing what I'm calling Skye's Craft Symposium. It's kind of a mixture between Kate Cavenaugh's schooling curriculum that she's doing, as well as Tamara Woods' Writer's Workshop. I do have a video coming up where I'm going to be talking about that more in detail, but I want to do that for my reading challenge. It's going to be 4 books, 1 each quarter. Again, yes, doing 1 into the 4th quarter of the year. My other goal is to read 50 fiction books. I want to keep that low just in case something happens, but honestly, I really feel like I will surpass that by a lot, just like I did this year. So not going to be a big deal for me. And then for reading, I want to read 4 nonfiction books. Again, going back to the craft symposium, those are the main goals, to read the 4 craft books. Under family and friends, I have the goal to do weekly family night. We've been doing them on Monday nights. So far that's been working for us, so hopefully we'll continue doing that in the new upcoming year. And then monthly date night. My husband and I talk about doing monthly date nights where we go out without the kids and do something, but we honestly haven't been doing that much, and we want to get back in the habit of doing that. And our anniversary is January 4th, so hopefully, whether it's that day or the weekend following that day, we will go ahead and have our first monthly date night then. Under school and work, I want to complete 1 new course. My goal was to complete several new courses in 2024, and I didn't get any of them accomplished. I got a little bit further in each one, so my goal under the good category is just to complete 1 course. I think I can do that. We'll see. The other thing I want to do is save $2,000. That's $200 per month from January to October to go towards a full-time writing career. I don't count November and December because of the fact that that's when the holidays are, and that's when we start doing our major purchases for Christmas. And I like giving gifts, so not going to be worrying about saving money in November, December, because I want that money to spend on getting people gifts. Like this year, I got gifts just for my immediate family, like the ones that are living in my household. And next year, I want to be able to give gifts to my friends, my family outside of this house. So that's that. So that is all my good goals under the good category. Now for better. Again, they're just added on to what I've already said for good. So if I'm repeating something, I apologize. I can put a graphic on this video after I can finish talking about them that shows the differences, so you can be like, that's the same stuff. Yes, I literally just took what I had and built onto it. So for better, under writing and publishing, publish 4 books: Damned and Deadly, Puck's Choice, and either Jenna's Story or Hunter's Betrayal, because currently, as of this moment, Hunter's Betrayal was originally a prequel to the entire series. Then it decided it wanted to be book 3 of the series. No, I got that backwards. Originally, it was book 3 because it was taking the current characters from the world and then transporting us back to the Salem Witch Trials when everything started, and then going back to modern times. And then when I did one of the rewrites, I took out all of the modern current stuff and it became a prequel, so it became book 1. Now it's acting like it wants to be book 3 again, so it's very confusing. I don't know where in the series it's going to fall. It's going to either be book 1 or book 3. Don't know which yet, but that's why the third book is either going to be Jenna's Story, which was originally book 2, and now maybe book 3 or 4. I don't know. Actually, it doesn't matter. It'll be book 3. It hasn't changed its spot. It's still book 3. That's confusing. Not trying to confuse you. What's going to happen is I'll either publish Jenna's Story or I'll publish Hunter's Betrayal. Whichever one, wherever Hunter's Betrayal falls, whether it's going to be a book 1 or book 3, that's going to decide things. Anyways, then the last project that I wanted to publish was, of course, the Untitled Writing Prompt book. It does not have a title yet. I've been playing around with ideas. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I haven't finished yet, so I'm not worried about it. Of course, the same thing with writing 4 short stories. They're still the same: Monster's Secret, Monster's Punishment, the second Presumed Dead story, the third Presumed Dead story. But on top of that, I wanted to publish 3 short stories. I wanted to republish Presumed Dead because it's been out of print since the exclusive run finished for that anthology. And then I want to publish the second one and the third one. So those 3 short stories will hopefully get published. Then I also want to complete more writing challenges. On top of doing the 7-day book challenges in March, June, and September, I wanted to do 10K Saturdays, at least 1 a month from January to December. And then I also wanted to do the 85K 90, which runs from January to March, where your goal is to write 85,000 words in 90 days. Under social media, I wanted to post to Instagram weekly. I wanted to post videos bi-weekly. I wanted to do daily live streams for the 7-day book challenge, like I did this year. I also wanted to do monthly live streams for the 10K Saturdays. And I wanted to, of course, use the community tabs to announce videos and challenges that come up. Under reading, still wanted to do the craft symposium with 4 books, 1 per quarter, but the goal has changed to 75 books read, 75 fiction books read, and I've still kept it at 4 nonfiction books. Under family and friends, I still have the weekly family night, which we've been doing on Monday nights. I still have the monthly date nights, and then 1 quarterly adventure where we go out and actually do something, whether usually as a friend, as a family, but that might be something like I do on my own as well, because I want to get to the point where I do my writing retreats again, but that might be my quarterly adventure. We'll see. Under school and work, I wanted to complete 2 new courses versus just 1, and I wanted to save $2,500, which is $250 per month from January to October. That will go towards a full-time writing career, because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that I can start getting to that point within the next couple of years. I would like to be able to go full-time as an author. So that being said, let's jump into our best goals, because that is actually, if I can accomplish all of the things under my best category, that will propel me the closest to going full-time as an author, which I'm not going to lie, that is the dream. So under writing and publishing, I've got published 5 books: Damned and Deadly, Puck's Choice, Jenna's Story, Hunter's Betrayal, and the Untitled Writing Prompt book. Got all 5 of them. If everything goes correctly, I can publish all 5 of them by the end of the year. If everything goes correctly. Then I have write 12 short stories, which would fall under a new writing challenge called 12 Months of Short Stories. And for those short stories, I have Monster's Secret, Monster's Punishment, Presumed Dead 2, Presumed Dead 3, and then the rest of the short stories were actually part of an anthology collection that I was writing, that I put off, that I want to finish, and it was just enough stories that I have left to write that I could complete the year and do all of those stories and finish the 12 months of short stories, as well as finish all of those short stories. And that is A Page of Knowledge, A Fraction of Education, A Drop of Nature, A Lick of Strength, A Foundation of Wishes, A Taste of Medicine, A Hint of Persuasion, and An Elixir of Life. On top of that, I want to publish 6 short stories, and that is Monster's Treasure, because after it comes out of its exclusive run, Monster's Secret, Monster's Punishment, Presumed Dead 2, and Presumed Dead 3. For writing challenges, of course, that would include the 12 months of short stories, which would run from January to December, the 10K Saturdays, again, 1 a month from January to December, the 85K 90, which runs from January to March, the 7-day book challenge, which we are doing in March, June, and September, and the short story September, which happens in September. And if you want to learn more about that, I will have a link to Heather's video where she talks about that in more detail, because she does a good job of explaining what the short story September challenge is and how that works. And she was actually who I got the idea from. For social media, I want to post to Instagram weekly. I want to do vlogs and videos alternate weekly. I want to do daily live streams during the 7-day book challenge. I want to do monthly live streams for 10K Saturdays. And then, of course, I want to use the community tab to announce any videos or challenges that are happening. For reading, I've got the symposium with 4 books, 1 each quarter. I want to read 100 fiction books. I want to read 12 nonfiction books. And I want to do the 12 books from 12 friends, which is where I get recommendations from friends, 12 of them, so I can at least complete 1 a month. Under friends and family, that hasn't really changed. I want to do a weekly family night, a bi-weekly date night, and then a monthly adventure instead of a quarterly adventure. Under school and work, I want to complete 4 courses, 1 each quarter, and I want to save $5,000, which would be $500 per month from January to October, which would go towards a full-time writing career. Again, these were good, better, best goals, and if I complete the best goals, that would propel me towards a much higher chance of going full-time much earlier, but no guarantee. All in all, I have a lot of things I want to accomplish, and I'm really looking forward to 2024 and everything I've got going on. It is a lot. I'm not going to lie. But at least I have pared it down in some ways to make it smaller and condensed it some so that I can have better chance of accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish. And I really feel like I'm going to accomplish like little things here and there from each list, but not everything from any particular list. Like I feel like that's the way my life is going to go. Because that's generally the way it does. So, got a lot of plans. Things are happening. 2023 is almost over. If you celebrate Christmas, that is tomorrow for me. So, Merry Christmas. I hope you have had a very happy Christmas, and I hope you have a happy New Year, because by the time you see this video, Christmas will have passed, but New Year's will not have happened yet. And I have a lot of things planned and going on. What are some of your goals for 2024, and what was your favorite thing that you accomplished in 2023? Like for me personally, my favorite thing was that I found a job that I actually enjoy. It's been a long time since I've had a job that I have enjoyed as much as this one. And this one is just, when I think back on how long it's been since I've had a job that I enjoyed, where I like my coworkers for the most part, where I like my job itself, and it allowed me still to do everything I wanted to do outside of work and have the energy and the mental capacity to do the things outside of work. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years since I've had a job like that, and it feels really good. So that's my favorite thing from 2023 is the fact that I found a job that I really enjoy that still allows me to do everything that I want to do outside of work. What about you? What is your favorite thing that you accomplished in 2023? What are some of your plans in 2024? That is all I have for you guys today. Feel free to leave a comment below with anything you've accomplished and what you want to accomplish, stuff like that. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like that, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, Dragonlings.